Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Happy, Healthy, Whole. And today I'm going to talk about forgiveness. You will hear people say all the time, you gotta forgive, you can't be bitter, and forgiveness, right? You're gonna hear that numerous times in church. You're going to hear your parents say it. You're gonna hear everybody say it. I have heard everybody say it in my life. Even if they were not being forgiving in and of themselves. I remember one time my mama was telling me I needed to forgive somebody for something. But she had turned around in the same breath and said that she was not willing to go to my daddy's church service because she didn't want to sit up there listening to him talking about God. Hey, and I get it. But she was fussing at me about forgiveness. And I was like, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, aren't you doing the same thing by not? But I was like, okay. And she was like, no, I've forgiven your daddy. She was like, but I just don't want to sit under his preaching. Fair enough. So what I realize is there is a difference between forgiveness and reconciling. This is something that a friend of mine and I talked about extensively. You can forgive everybody, okay? That doesn't mean that you have to invite them back into your life. That doesn't mean that you have to go sit in their church service. Like my mama didn't want to go sit under my daddy's preaching. She just was like, no, the history's too bad. And I get it. Now, reconciliation is something that is more along the line of husband and wives. Husband and wives that have wronged one another. They forgive each other and then they turn around and they reconcile. Or in theory, they should be reconciling. I think some married couples are forgiving each other, but they're never reconciling. They're never coming back to each other, coming back to that place and getting on the same page after that forgiveness has occurred. Now, I can forgive you and I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to invite you back into my life. I don't have to sit down and say we're going to be friends. You know, I don't have to do that. That's not necessary for forgiveness. However, the sit down and the talk it over and the getting back to the same page, the why this hurt me and why I don't want you to do this to me again conversation occurs when you are in the process of reconciling your differences. Okay? So after forgiveness must come reconciliation if you still want that person to be in your life. Forgiveness can occur and there be no reconciliation. Okay? You do not have to reconcile with everybody you forgive. Don't fall into that idea of being in that person's presence or being that person's friend is a part of your forgiveness, especially if it still hurts you to be around them, if it still hurts you to interact with them. Okay? I will say this. People always say, a lot of people always say, or have said to me, well, let's just be friends then. Let's still be friends. Okay, what does that look like to you? That's the conversation that I have with them. Because when a man says to you, let's still be friends, a lot of times they still want to have a sexual relationship with you. They want to do more than reconcile. They want to be physical with you. That's what that means. And don't get it twisted, ladies out there thinking, oh, he's so nice. He still wants to be my friend. He wants us to still be friends. If you guys were not the best of friends prior to the issue occurring, you're not going to be the best of friends after the fact. I'm sorry to tell you that. If you really think you're going to sit up and just be friends, y'all are just going to have these conversations, he's never going to violate your privacy, your personal space, and never try you again in that arena, you're wrong. He's working himself back up to see when is it okay to work himself back up into that personal space of yours. Because if a man occupies that physical space of yours, he always wants to dominate and occupy that. Even if he does go and marry somebody else, even if he does go and cheat with some other woman, he still wants to have control over your physical space. You cannot give that to them, because if you are looking for a strong, meaningful relationship, you cannot have this quote unquote friend in your life that is occupying that space. Two men cannot occupy that space at the same time, not in a whole way. Like, you want to give yourself wholly, not in partly, to the man that you want to spend your life with. So you can't entertain this idea of friendship over here with this man that just wants to manipulate you and manipulate you into having those kind of relationships with him. Okay, so don't fall for the let's just be friends after the fact, because he's still going to be trying to get up in your personal space after a while, even if he waits a little while. Some might wait 6 months. Some might even wait a year. Oh, but trust me, it's coming, especially if you still remain single. And another test to it is, if he wants to be your friend, but he doesn't want to be your husband's friend, or the man that comes into your life friend, and he don't want you and his wife or you and his significant other to be friends, he's not looking for a friendship, ladies. He's looking for a late night booty call, crawl, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So don't fall for it. Don't even entertain it. As they say in church, don't even give the devil a foothold. That means don't even give him a way in. Don't even crack the door. Don't even open the window just in case he wants to crawl through. Don't give them that satisfaction. Don't give them that space in your time, in your heart, in your attention. They don't deserve it. I promise you they don't.